Yo guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about the French Dispatch. Well, boys and girls, you gotta love Wes Anderson because he is great. I have seen The Fantastic Mr. Fox, I have seen The Grand Budapest Hotel, and I have seen this movie. I also have seen Isle of Dogs, but I hated that movie. So generally speaking, I freaking love Wes Anderson and his style because it's so incredibly beautiful. Just Isle of Dogs didn't do it for me. I thought it was boring. I thought it was beautiful, but boring. Need to rewatch that movie because I do think my score will change upon rewatch. But for now, I'm just gonna go with Isle of Dogs. Grand Budapest Hotel and Fantastic Mr. Fox though, oh, they were beautiful. They were like the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. And now he is back in the movie theaters with The French Dispatch, a movie that actually also got delayed at one time. So that's too bad. We could have seen this earlier, but we're seeing it now, so that's still good. And I saw that Wes Anderson is making another movie in 2022. It's called Asteroids something else, Asteroid City, I thought. That's pretty interesting. I looked at the cast and it had Margot Robbie, it had Scarlett Johansson, and of course it had everyone else from all of the movies of Wes Anderson by Bill Murray, Adam Driver maybe, and Tony Revolori, and everyone else. Literally everyone is in it. Rupert Friend is in it, Adrien Brody is in it, so yeah, 2022 we'll have another movie with Wes Anderson with still the same actors, including Tilda Swinton. This is no hate, I actually quite like the fact that everyone just wants to be in a Wes Anderson movie, but Wes Anderson still only goes for the ones he knew, because he goes for the best of the best, and the best they work with his style. So yeah, Wes Anderson is one hell of a filmmaker, I just want to say that. And The French Dispatch is another kind of movie, but it still feels like a Wes Anderson movie. So let's talk about it. Okay, so this movie is not what I thought it would be because this movie is not one big cohesive story. It's basically short movies. That kinda explains the enormous cast for this movie and the enormous amount of characters for this movie and the enormous amount of characters in the poster of this movie. But it's not one big cohesive story, it's actually one small cohesive story told in shorts. We have a story about a bicycle, we have a story about a painter and Léa Seydoux naked, we have a story about Timothée Chalamet being naked having fucked with Frances McDormand, we have a story with Bill Murray, Bill Murray is the overall story, we have a story with Jeffrey Wright, and we have a story... Did we have another story? I thought we did. So yeah, this movie has a lot of shorter movies in it, and the way they told the story was nice. And I strongly believe in when I say that the way of telling this story in separate stories was a good way, and it helped the movie going forward, but I gotta say, it was also a downside. Because when you do this, you're often gonna get the moment that you don't like a story that much and you have to sit through it to watch the rest of it. It's not like you can turn it off because you don't like it, you have to watch the entire thing, and that kinda destroys the flow of the movie. Now, is it not that I hated some of the shorts, it's just like I didn't like some of the shorts as much as I did others. So the flow of the story kinda got ruined in the end. Also, the small cohesive story about the magazine The French Dispatch didn't really work that well because we were so focused on these small stories. It's like, because we were so focused on these, that we didn't quite got to see more of Bill Murray and his character and The French Dispatch, making the ending kinda not working at all. I got what they were going for, but I don't think it worked that well. But yeah, the stories overall are nice and it's told in the most Wes Anderson way possible, and I like that. Story 165 to 200. And as I said before, the movie is jam-packed with characters. Oh god, it's just so hard to keep them apart in the beginning. I literally can't say anybody's name because they're all going through each other. I just know that Léa Seydoux was Simone because she only had one name and it wasn't that hard. And I know Timothée Chalamet had like an Italian name like Zeffirelli or something like that. But the rest, it's gone. But even though I can't remember anybody's name, they still all worked very well. They were very good characters. I mean, like, everyone was interesting. And yes, they are always separate in their own stories, but in the end, some of them come through to the ending and actually have a nice surprise in the ending to be all together in that room. And that kind of worked well, so I'm gonna give props for that. The characters saved the ending of this movie, even though the ending did not work that good. Characters 175 to 200. I think it's safe to say that we can all agree on the fact that the Wes Anderson movie is not just the director Wes Anderson, but Wes Anderson in general is a genre. You have animation, you have adventure, you have science fiction, you have Wes Anderson. It's like its own subgenre in art house. It really works. So yeah, what does it mean to have a Wes Anderson movie? Well, the sets are beautiful. The cinematography is so incredibly gorgeous to look at. It's so good. The way of acting is very Wes Anderson. It really works and it's kind of funny to see it. It's what makes the movie's comedy. So beautiful sets, beautiful cinematography, beautiful acting, but overall a beautiful everything. Everything is so incredibly beautiful in this movie. I love it. Albeit I must say the pacing could have been a slightly bit better in this. In the other movies it's great, but in this one, I said it before, it's because of the short movies. Style 145 to 150. Because this movie contains of short films, the surprisement is very difficult to score on this, but I gotta say that I wasn't dissatisfied with it, and I thought some of the things were surprising, others weren't, but it's hard to distinguish a score for the surprisement because it's so all over the place with its stories. I kinda liked it and I was surprised for the most part. Surprisement, 65 out of 100. Look, there are so many actors and actresses in this movie that if the best actor, best actress, supporting best actor, and best supporting actress, if they were all just gonna be all about the French Dispatch, all 5 of them each, I wouldn't be surprised. This movie is gonna get some nominations. It's probably not gonna win anything. I mean, maybe cinematography and that stuff. But holy cow, this movie is full of Oscar-worthy performances and Oscar-worthy everything. I kind of wanted to name every A-list actor that is in this movie, but that will take me ages to do. So let's just do the one that come to my mind right now in the next couple of 10 seconds. So we have Timothée Chalamet, Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton, Tony Revolori, we have Adrian Brody, we have Guillermo del Toro, or Benicio del Toro, I think it's Benicio, and we have Léa Seydoux, we have Elizabeth Moss, we have Willem Dafoe for a second, we have Jeffrey Wright, we have Owen Wilson, we have everyone. And they were all really good in this movie. They were. But when you have this many characters and this many actors and actresses that you love, you're gonna go and think about some of the actors that could have portrayed another being in this movie and thinking it could have been better because you more like that actor and you want to see him more. So yeah, every actor in this has a little bit of screen time in it, some more than others, and you're kind of gushing around from who do you want to see more and who do you want to see less. I usually don't actually like Benicio del Toro that much, but he did a great job in this movie. I really liked his character in this one, so great job for you, Benicio and Wes Anderson. Acting, 145 to 150. Of course critics love this, but I do think it's a low score for critics. They go 75 to 100. I mean, even I go 40 to 50. And even though I was confused half of the time because of the short stories, I still very much liked it. I gave 4 stars in the heart, 45 to 50. Granting The French Dispatch a total score of 855 to 1000 or 8.6 to 10. Have you seen this movie, or are you gonna watch it? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion about it. If you like this video, please consider to like and subscribe to my channel. It's really helpful for me. So if you like this, please consider that, and I will see you in the next one. Leave a comment, because I love talking to you guys. Goodbye. Have a nice day.